This Monday, we are starting a new quarter and we have a new reading rumination assignment. So I just want to go over a couple of small details with you about independent reading. Some of you haven't really been reading and haven't been doing these. Some of you have been reading the same book for several weeks now, and some of you have already gone through more than one book. So I just want to remind you that whenever you finish a book, I want you to go back and go into your Libby account, or, if you have books on paper or you want to go get a book from the library, I don't care how you obtain your book, but whenever you finish a book, I want you to start a new one, a book of your choice, okay? So on the slideshow here, I'm leaving the assignments slides, the first 5 slides, just in case you need that information. I do want to point out I have changed something here just because I had a lot of students in the first quarter where some people dropped and went to different schools, or some people added because they came from another school or they hadn't started school yet. So what I need you to do is, if you don't find your name on a slide, I need you to just go to the end of the slideshow and choose one of these slides that has just the word name on it, and just delete the word name and add yours, okay? So, the topic for this week, the prompt this week is, what is the most important thing that you think the author wants us to learn from this book? Give several details from the text to support your answer. Now notice that this doesn't say, what is definitely the most important thing that you learn. It says, what do you think is the most important thing? Okay? So I want you to take your best guess, but you have to be able to support the answers with the text. Okay? So let's just say that you're reading Harry Potter, and a really important theme in Harry Potter is that people have to be brave. Another really important idea, or something that we can learn from that, is that you have to be willing to stand up and do the right thing, even when it's hard. Okay? So let's say that I am any point within a book. Okay, even if I've just started and I'm just in the first couple chapters of a book, I can still say what I think the most important thing is that the author wants us to learn so far. I don't have to be completely done with the book to answer this question, okay? So I'm in, halfway through, the first book, The Sorcerer's Stone, and I decide that I think that it's important to stand up for what's right even when it's hard. That's what I have learned so far from this book, or what I think the author wants me to learn from this book. So I'm going to go to my slide, and, we'll just pretend I'm Trinity, okay? And I'm going to type in the book title, The Sorcerer's Stone, okay? And I am going to, I can back this up so that it's not weird. And I'm going to say that what page I am on. Remember to type your page. So I'm going to say I'm on page 236, just pretending, okay? And I'm going to say the most important thing that the author wants us to learn is that you should stand up for what is right, even when it is hard. Okay? Now, I haven't read the Harry Potter series in several years, so I'm just going to kind of give some general examples, because I don't remember exactly what details happen in the Sorcerer's Stone, okay? So I'm just going to kind of make this up as I go. I have my main idea here now, so what I need to do is I need to give some supporting details from the book that show this, okay? So I would say, for example, when Harry has to, gosh, I should have picked something I'm recently reading, huh? I was trying to pick something I thought a lot of you might be familiar with. So, for example, when Harry has to do hard things, he doesn't shy away from them. Okay, for example, and I would give an example. Okay, So we know that throughout the whole series, if we're at all familiar with Harry Potter, even if it's just the movies, that Harry has to do hard things all the time, okay? And it would be a lot easier to just do nothing. It would be a lot easier to just let Voldemort take over the whole universe and say, forget it. Just let him kill me. It'd be a lot easier, all right? But I need to make sure that I'm giving examples from the book that support this particular idea. So let's try another one. Let's pretend that Anthony is reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Okay, so he's going to type that in there. And he's not really reading that because it's a kid's book and it's only like, 30 pages long. But let's just pretend, because a lot of us are familiar with the Grinch, okay? So let's say he's on page 36. So he says he thinks the most important thing that Dr. Seuss wants us to learn from How the Grinch Stole Christmas is... I'm going to just type Dr. Seuss, his name. Is that people are happier when they do nice things for each other than when they try to make others miserable. Okay? We know that the Grinch is an unhappy, miserable being, and he's always trying to keep other people from being happy too. But we also know that at the end, when his heart grows 3 sizes and he starts doing nice things for people, all of a sudden he's a happy guy, okay? So, for example, when the Grinch is miserable and steals all of the Christmas decorations, he is still unhappy. But when he decides to give the decorations back to the Who's and celebrates with them, he becomes a happy creature. Okay, so I am giving specific details from the story. I am choosing the Grinch second because honestly, I kind of failed you on my first example because I chose something I hadn't read in forever, all right? But either way, okay, I hope you can see what I'm trying to get at. What is the most important thing that I think the author wants us to learn, and what are some examples of specific things that happen in the book that I can share with the reader, okay? So that is what you are going to be doing today for reading Ruminations. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, it is really important that you be reading on a regular basis, and that is why I am asking you to read something of your choice so that you will be more likely to actually read it. If you need a refresher on how to use Libby, please make sure that you go back to the first week's worth of assignments, find the assignment that says how to borrow books using Libby, and do that. Okay? Everybody have a great day.